Hello, soul friends. This is Mary and welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is going to be all about autumn and what the fall has in store for you. Remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or just simply your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. And no matter how you look at that, it's healthy and you are in the right place. We are going to be using a ton of cards today. So I'm just going to show them all to you. We're going to live shuffle them all for you. That's this one. This tarot deck was a gift. But I believe the shop that I tagged her in before did not, her name's Valencia, it did not go through. It was like it didn't exist anymore. So I don't know if she closed shop. I'm not sure. I hope not, because she carries cool items. As you can see, that's not an easy deck to find. We're just going to be looking into how your autumn's going to be, what things are coming to pass, and what things are coming towards. I think I already showed you those ones. Yes, I did. Okay, moving right along. Let's continue making a little mess here. This also has the extended, I can't remember what they call it. It was like a bonus cards edition that just came in a bag. And if I take the booklet out of this, I can fit them all in the box still. So that's just what I do. Okay. Oh, and I just realized my ceiling fan is on, clickety-clacking and being awful. Let me get my earbuds for you guys. Okay, that should take the edge off, I hope. Oh, hopefully you didn't hear that. These earbuds are very off-brand. I'll just say that. Their sound is not great, but for some reason they muffle out the outside sounds when I use a mic better than my other calls during videos. Not during client calls on the phone, but during videos. Okay, so I think I got that all ready to go. And so the way we're going to do this, I believe, to help you pick your piles, and that way we're not sitting here shuffling the entire time, is let's go ahead and just put your tarot cards out here ready to go. Kitty cat hairs everywhere. They're all over. I cannot escape. I cannot get out. Okay. I think that'll be easier than shuffling all those cards and getting the piles all put together. I think if we just choose a deck for each of you, that should be good enough. Bad enough is good enough. Okay. I'll probably pause this so that I can straighten these out better and make them look pretty for you. Let's get you some rocks. Oh, group one. You can be this bloodstone heart. There's very little blood in it. There's some. I don't know if you can see that. You're righty. Group two, you may be Peachy Heart. You may remember Peachy Heart from some of our summer readings that we did this year. We didn't get very many done, but we did some. Group three, you can be this, I believe this is some kind of a crazy lace agate of some sort. It's green. Like a deep, deep forest green, almost black with white in it. And then this very, very dark stone that's like black with like red splotches. It's also kind of bloody. All right. That looks pretty good. Okay, so just go ahead and pause if you need. I'm going to scooch these over just so I can get a better photo of this for the thumbnail. I'm sorry, I should have paused. They're already out of here. They're like, we already skipped to our piles. Thank you so kindly. All right, and we shall see you in your individual readings. Bye. Hello, group 1. So if you picked the Bloodstone or this deck of tarot cards, we're going to go ahead and get your oracle cards first. All right, let's get some of these for your overall energy. And maybe some indication on where you are at the moment. No, hang on. Okay, where you are at the moment as well as what you are leaving behind, correct, Spirit? Okay. Then we have where you're headed, what you're becoming with this deck here. What is headed towards you, or you're headed towards it. Advice from your guides, as well as Spirit, who is maybe specifically coming in just to speak to you. Just one, interesting. Okay. I'm open to whatever. All right. And then we will clarify with these. So let's go ahead and kind of put these in the order we're going to do them in. What you're headed away for or headed towards. Not headed away from, but headed towards, or what's headed towards you. Thank you, Spirit. What you are becoming. And this is, if you're in the right group, energy check, automotive energy check overall, and what you are leaving behind is going to be the message of these two cards. Correct, Spirit? I feel like I want more. Sorry, plot twist. Ooh, there they are. Okay. And I'm not sure if like the message is going to be overall with these, or if it's going to be, you know, one thing each. You know, what you're headed towards, what you're headed away from. Okay, so energy check. What you're headed away from. And just, yeah, individual situations. I feel like that's going to be across the board. So energy check that you're in the right pile, and what you are moving, what is ending for you this autumn. Oh yes, and then your overall autumn energy. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if the other piles will do the same type of thing. Okay, here we go. We have acceptance. I'm going to read, since this is across the board, we're going to do all of these. Acceptance. Look at this little guy getting accepted by everyone. The little dandelion fluffs remind me of like wish fulfillment. Betrayal. They put French fries in the road. But they betrayed one of their own instead of like a squirrel. And they're not warning him. Betrayed by one of your own. I know this is not what the Christine car looks like, but the movie Christine popped into my mind, which I always watch in the autumn. Usually way before Halloween, because it starts with like the first day of schoolish football season kind of area. And so I watch so many like scary movies over spooky season that it starts right now, baby. And it goes until November 2nd. Okay. Forgiveness. Interesting. They're holding a key. I got Hierophant vibes from this. Learning lessons. And fog. Okay. I just got a message on my phone, but it didn't like have sound, and so I was making sure it wasn't a client. Alrighty, so anywho, lots of energy coming in. I am going to grab a pen and paper to take notes because I feel like this might get a little mazy. What is it with group ones? It's because I'm all fresh and new. And I'm getting my bearings of like what the reading energy is going to be like, or what the guides, you know, what the patterns are. And like, that usually takes some note taking on my part. Okay, so the first thing coming through is back to school vibes. I'm feeling a lot of connection to that book, Christine. If you didn't like that book, Christine, here's kind of the overview of that story. Like that story, and I'm not going to like give you plot points, but that story is about friends outgrowing one another, losing our friends, losing someone to an addiction taking over your life, your parents losing you, having parents who don't know how to deal with your addiction or your delinquency, or you're changing and going into the world. They're stifling you maybe. Social acceptance and then social rejection, both society rejecting you and you rejecting society. There's a lot of themes in that story. Love, betrayal by one of your own, 100%. So luckily for most of you, I feel like that this was something you were trying to leave behind, okay? So some of you were betrayed very significantly by someone that you really trusted, one of your own, okay? They really threw you under the haunted, possessed car, so to speak. Yeah. Because it's like, I know that seat looks a little different from that seat, and they should be the same, and that could just be like a figure hunked over right there, but you don't really get a feeling that there's like a face or a shape there of a person. And that also reminded me of Christine, plus the color and it being like a more classic car. Okay, I realize it's not the same car. Please don't tear me apart. I know. Okay, and the car in the movie is not the same as the car in the book. Not exactly. Okay, enough about that. Okay, what else? Some of you are moving forward without that person. If this was some kind of a breakup. Some of you actually were betrayed and you're still trying to forgive and make things work. I'm feeling that with family and romance. And possibly even with friendship as well, like a really close friendship, like besties, right? Like family friends, go on vacation together kind of friends, have them in your wedding kind of friends, family friends, soul friends. I feel like most of you that are here, you know, the energy check-in for you is that you've been betrayed and that you've accepted, or you're trying to accept what has happened and you're trying to forgive. There's a little bit of issue with fog. Some of you can't see your way to forgiveness right now. And some of you, I'm sorry to say, still can't trust your person. And I'm feeling that specifically for romance. Maybe not all the romances, but a lot of the romances that are here. And the reason I feel that way is because I feel like they betrayed you and then they came back in close. They may have done this before in the past in smaller ways or bigger ways or the same kinds of ways. Definitely feeling that cheating vibe. And you're trying to accept it and move forward with them, forgive them and move on. But your guides are warning you that they're still trying to conceal their behavior, conceal what they're up to. And that's something that I know a lot of you don't want to hear. And so, you know, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But yeah, that's definitely in there. For those of you that this isn't romantic, Spirit, is there anybody here where it's not about infidelity? Like, I feel like for some it might not be about infidelity, but it has to do with addiction, lying, any type of habit that they're into that you have striven to get them to leave behind so that you can move forward together. That is coming through. and they're hiding it from you. So like they could be sneaking that from you. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I'm getting. If it was a friendship, same thing. Either you can't see your way to forgive them, you're trying, but you can't quite see your way there. Like with friendship, sometimes you can't just like cut and break up and get out. And I realize that sometimes with breakups as well. Family, same thing. You can't always just cut and run and I never want to speak to you again. And yet I have to see you next week for our family get together, like, dang it. And so the same thing goes across the board. So I think we can stop being so specific and kind of move it more in a general way of like, someone betrayed you, you're accepting that is what has happened, you're willing to forgive and move on, but some of you can't quite see forward because maybe trust is gone, or there's still anger that you haven't worked through yet, or they didn't apologize in the way that they needed to. And some of you, your guides are straight up warning that this person could be pulling the wool over your eyes and still doing what they, were doing before. Okay, so Spirit, before we move on, I just hope that you'll give them messages that are specific enough to their situations, because I realize that not every friend or, not every platonic one, and not every romantic, and not every familial, let's just throw professional in there just because that can happen sometimes. It could be a partnership betrayal in the business sense. Please help them hear the messages that are for them. If they're meant to not trust this person, or if they're meant to trust their person, please help them see that abundantly and clearly, because it is a big mix and it's kind of either or. It's going to be kind of hard for people to decipher between the two. Thank you. We shall do our best. Okay. Let's look at what you are becoming. What type of what are you transforming into? And some spirit guide energy from these as well. We have, Alice in a Sea of Tears, cast away out of your depth, feeling abandoned, number 11. 11 is also about change. And this little crab is trying to help her. And this little rat, you're all being outcasted. Little rats, would be on boats and stuff. And if they fell out of the boat, it's not like there was anybody that was going to try to save them, right? Not to make a sad animal story, but, they're all in this together. And I feel like that little crab is actually coming in to try to help, that there's some kind of help coming towards you. Some of you might be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with this water energy. What's crazy? Sea of Tears or Ocean of Sorrow, or like whatever is actually the meaning of the name Miriam. Somebody told me years and years ago. So you might have a very meaningful name. You might have an old name. But yeah, feeling abandoned, feeling sad, like all of you are definitely in your feelings, even though you're accepting and trying to move forward. It's like this hurts. And for all of you to hear that you might not be able to trust this person that you've worked so hard to forgive is painful. 100%. And your guides are aware of that, as am I. And we're very, very, we're here for you. We're sorry. Trying to send you all the love that you need to get through this. Hedgehog love. Positive, uplifting new friends, number 10. Okay. I feel like this is like for all of you. I don't feel... Because those of you that are trying to forgive and move on and you're not sure you can trust, and maybe you can, okay? Some of you can and some of you can't. It really feels like the trust is kind of gone for everyone involved. There might be a few exceptions. If you're like, no, I trust them, your feelings, just, no. If you're like, I don't know if I can trust them, well, then that means you can't fully trust them, right? Whenever I used to say, my sponsor would ask me like, well, what do you think? Or do you think you're being taken advantage of? And I'd be like, I don't know. And she'd be like, what would you say if you did know? And I'd be like, I do know now. It was like I knew all along, but I needed her to push me into, it's okay to know what you know. to intuitively know if you can trust somebody. And here's the thing, we can get to a point with people where even if we trust them, or even if they, are willing to change and they actually are changing, if the trust is gone, sometimes there's no rectifying, because you can't spend your whole life in suspicion. It's not fair to you, isn't fair to them if they've actually really changed, right? And sometimes the past, damage is done and we can't move forward. We can forgive, right? But some of you are at that turning point. It's a very personal choice if you're choosing to trust this person again. But your guides do want you to, some of you guys' name might be Alice. Just wanted to throw that in there because I didn't mention it before, and then the name just kept popping out at me, and so I figured probably a message. Oh, help me. But all of you have some kind of new perspective coming in the case of new friends. And I'm not feeling super romantic vibe. And I know that so many people, it's like as soon as something happens with your relationship, it's like, oh my gosh, that wasn't the right person. Now I need to go find my person. I'm going to run out of time. I'm always going to give this message to everyone I meet, but your guides in particular are also agreeing with me and saying that you're not running out of time. Whatever is meant to find you is going to find you. I do see new friends coming in for you. That doesn't mean you're not going to find love again, okay? But we have to heal before we can have love again, right, guys? So, hang in there. I'm not trying to burst your little bubbles when you already feel bad, but I was feeling that coming through, okay? And it's okay to take that time to grieve. But these positive, new, uplifting friends are going to make you see things in a whole new light. They're going to transform you into this idea of what I was doing before was not working. So especially if that person isn't trustworthy. Thank you, Spirit. If you're worried they're not trustworthy and you're trying to figure out which one this is referring to, which one is for you, your guides are saying that these new friends that are coming in are going to help you, those people specifically, see why this person wasn't trustworthy, why it wasn't working out, why there can't be trust regained, and why it's time to move on, okay? Those of you who are continuing moving forward with your people that betrayed you, these positive, uplifting friends are going to be a positive support in helping you figure out and learn how to move forward in your life with this person in a more healthy, healing way. How to hold them accountable, how to hold yourself accountable. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Yes. Making sense. Let's get you some what's headed towards you and what are you headed towards. Tea magic. I'm going to have to hold this up and read down here. Reach into your subconscious, pull from the source, and weave magic and intention, and the answers will unfold. Number 38. Some of you might be 38 years old. Reach into your subconscious. I feel like some of you need to do some therapy or some kind of deep meditation where you talk to your past self, or however you process those big emotional, life-changing events. I like to see a counselor, but in addition to being spiritual, I like to see a counselor, because when you are really spiritual, I feel like sometimes I need to pull back in and get some balance, Some of you might be opposite. Some of you might need to, add to already seeing a therapist, add some spiritualism, talk to your guides, figure out exactly what's going on in my mind that my conscious mind doesn't want to focus on. What is it avoiding? And I'm ready to look at it. I'm ready for somebody to help me look at it. If you're not ready to look at it, don't look, right? You can keep trying as long as this person's in it to keep trying, okay? And it feels like they are. It feels like the ones that are still betraying are still more than happy to keep you around. Those that are in that group, okay? The ones that are actually changed are really trying, okay? At least right now they are. Anyone can change mine down the road, just like you can change mine and decide, I don't want to be with you. They can do that too. But right now, those who are not still betraying, they are still trying to move forward with you, And those who are betraying are still trying to move forward with you. They're just not trying to change their bad behavior. Okay, so tea magic. Brew yourself some tea. Do whatever kind of magic you need to do. Even if that's scientific magic, you know, talking to a professional, a mental health professional, to really have an objective view of like, am I self-sabotaging or am I too paranoid? What's going on? Okay. We also have foraging, number 17. There is no better feeling than having gone after what you desire. For some of you, letting go is what opens up what you want. Okay. So what are you moving towards? What's moving towards you? You are moving towards seeing the really dark, nitty-gritty part of the inside of your mind. Really looking at your life, figuring out how you've gotten to this point, letting go of blame, forgiving yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Forgive yourself. I have such a hard time forgiving myself when I get betrayed because I feel like I was dumb. I didn't see the red flags soon enough. Or I did see the red flags and I chose to ignore them. That one's even worse, maybe. I don't know. They're both pretty bad for me. Tough to swallow. So I feel that for some of you. Let go of that. Forgive yourself. One of the things that helps me in that situation is to talk to myself like I would if I wasn't me. Because I'm way more forgiving of other people when they get betrayed than I am of myself. I'm like, you didn't see that coming. Like a bolt of lightning could come down and strike me on a sunny day, and I would still scold myself of like, you're so dumb, you should have seen that coming. Don't be like me. Okay. And last but not least, some insight from your guides, some spirit guides. You've got the hedgehog spirit with you. You've got the crab. And that's about being tough, right? Being tough and moving forward no matter what, going with the flow. You also have the sea, cleansing, right? And your subconscious. We have a key for a symbol for you, mushrooms. Go after exactly what you desire. Now, when you let go of what isn't working for you, you are free to go for what was actually meant for you. Go after what you want. If you're like, well, it's not really what I want. Obviously, I'd want it to be way better than it is right now with this person, but I don't want to be alone. Oh, please don't stay in that trap. Because when you trap yourself like that, you're also blocking yourself from what's out there that could be so much more compatible and better for you. Okay, let's get some advice from your ancestors, your guides, and see what kind of, spirit is watching over you at this time. We have medicine guardian. Remember, I was telling some of you to go to some scientific medicine for your situation, like psychology. Be open to healing information. Yes. We don't ever want to think about somebody betraying us. It hurts so bad. But again, I'm gonna quote that kid in class years ago who said, the first step for me to accept is I tell myself, is this the reality of your situation? And if the answer is yes, I can't trust that person. I'm pretty sure they're not telling me the truth. And even if they are, I can't tell, and it's driving me crazy, right? Those things can be worked through if that person's trying as well. If that person betrayed you, obviously you're going to have moments of doubt, and they need to be there to help you get through that however they can, and I absolutely cannot stand when somebody betrays somebody else and they get mad at that person when they have like moments of paranoia and mistrust. It's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. What did you think? I guess I should just take your word for everything, right? Because that worked out so well for me before, right? Some of you have a heart chakra situation. This is very green. Heart chakra, root chakra, sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. There's some golden yellows in here as well. So your lower chakras, we got to start from the root and go up if you're into chakras. That will help you. And your heart is on its way to healing with that green energy taking over here. Let's get you some more information. Okay, Spirit. So can we just see how else fall is going to go for these people? These can be just random things. This can be anything. Four of Pentacles. Maybe save some money, y'all. Others that are, really worried about being alone, and you're really latching onto that idea of like someone new could come in if I let this go. These new friends are going to come and help me. Please be careful with how you discern who's a friend and who's not when you're making first impressions. That's something that's coming in for some of you. If you're like, that's never been a problem for me, then don't worry about it. This is for somebody that's like, yeah, I know. It's like you might be sitting there thinking like, why does this always happen to me? Or you might have thought like, oh, that'd be nice if friends like that would come in, because all I ever get is trauma dumped on by my friends and I get used all the time. That kind of energy. Or my family, does that kind of thing. And just block yourself, protect yourself, put your selfish interests first. Please be selfish. You have my permission. You have your guide's permission. King of Swords, overcoming challenges, learning new communication strategies. Victory over those who have wronged you. It can be about justice as well. It could be about you seeing some poetic justice, that person getting some kind of justice who betrayed you. Sometimes that can really hang people up. It hangs me up sometimes. Not as much as it used to for emotional things. Now, if somebody like really hurt me, like, hurt my family or like, like serious crime stuff, like that would probably be harder for me to forgive. So I'm not going to be all, oh, I'm all good and I know how to deal with stuff. No, not in that case. I wouldn't. So protect yourself. Be selfish. You're learning new communication. That's coming in for you this autumn. A big victory is coming for you this autumn. It could be over this or something else. And also getting justice for something. Ace of Wands, new passions, new inspirations. I feel like that's coming in for the people who feel like they need to maybe let some things go. Two of Pentacles. Things might be a little, you're juggling a couple of things at once. You're juggling grieving and you're juggling, trying to move forward in some way, whether that's keeping them or losing them. It's okay that you're doing both of these at once. Eventually, the balance is going to come back and you're going to figure out where you need to be. Okay. Nine of Swords. Anxieties. What can they do for these anxieties, Spirit? Anxieties are inevitable. When we get betrayed, our brain is very healthy in the sense that it really tries to make sure that doesn't happen to us again. Let's make sure we have the right information so that we don't get hurt again. It's okay to let go. What I like about this card is that for some of you, like the anxieties that you're feeling are not real. They're just anxiety. Okay. So I'm going to quote somebody that I quote in every reading. I can't even remember who it is. I got to find out who quoted this, but intuition whispers and anxiety screams. So listen to the whisper. Okay. All right. Six of Swords. Let go of the past. Try to move forward as best you can. Okay. It's okay to still have hurts and to try to heal from that. This is also about something coming in and saving you right when you needed it most. Two of Wands, making choices. Yeah, some of you have a big choice to make in regards to these people in your lives. Like, are you going to keep them? Are they worth keeping? And the good news is, boys and girls, you don't have to decide today. I feel like one of your guides used to say boys and girls when they were talking to you guys like as kids or something, or maybe they even just like said it to you when there's just one of you around. Interesting message from your guides. Spirit, what do they have to look forward to? Four of Cups. Letting go of boredom. Seeing something, not missing out. Seeing what you need to see to be able to make the right decisions. Seven of Cups. Again, knowing how to make the right decisions. Like Seven of Cups and Four of Cups can sometimes be seen as negative cards. But I asked them, what do you have to look forward to? And so these are the things that you're leaving behind. Again, fall is all about leaving behind new birth, new beginnings. We're moving forward, but there is some growing and harvesting and hardship that we have to do metaphorically to do so, right? We have to shed our old skin. I'm going to stop spitting metaphors all over your face. You probably don't appreciate it. King of Wands. New inspiration. This can be about falling in love. I'm telling you, when we let go of those people that are not serving us, or let go of anything that's not serving us, that's when the energy opens up for the good stuff to find us. The Magician. Being able to do what you need to do, having what you need at your disposal at all times, having a well-rounded life, having all the things that you feel like you need, having it all, darling. So you're headed towards some really good stuff. Oh, look at that cute little cat. Some of you might have a cute little cat that's oddly colored. And some of you might just practice magic. And then King of Pentacles. Yeah. Healing. Somebody giving, coming in. Okay. New things coming forward. Abundance. Good fortune. All of that good stuff. And with that, I shall leave you. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box. Here pretty soon we're going to be doing an ancestor message pile because they've been knocking on my door trying to get me to do a reading for you guys. So we shall kind of expand on this a little bit with some of that ancestor spirit guide vibes we are getting for this reading. Thank you for being here. We shall see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, group 2. So if you picked Peachy Heart, let's go ahead. I have no idea what this is. It's probably some kind of an agate, I'm guessing. Or just a really peachy citrine. I'm not sure. Based on how it looks. So it is such a beautiful day. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen clear, beautiful skies like this since October of 2024. And that is not an exaggeration. So grateful for that. Things might be looking peachy for y'all in some way. You've heard that expression. So you picked the Crow Tarot, but we're going to get your oracle cards first. So I'm going to set those aside. We're going to start with basically a check-in to see if you're in the right pile and to see what your current energy is and what your energy is for fall overall. Oh, that rhymes. And then we're going to get into what you are becoming, what or whom you are, no, yeah, what or who, no, what or whom you are becoming, and what you are moving towards, what is moving towards you, and some ancestor spirit guide advice, as well as your tarot. That just was a bunch of extra stuff that we threw in and some clarification. Okay, so Spirit, can you please tell me for pile 2 what their overall energy is for the fall? It could be what they're leaving behind. It also could be just to check in to make sure they're in the right pile. But definitely what they are leaving behind and what their overall energy for fall will be. Thank you. I want to get about 4 cards. I see them. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So these are just an energy check-in to see what your overall energy is, if you're in the right pile, what you are moving away from, and just what your overall energy is for fall. And then we will start moving into your other cards. So let's go ahead and see battle. Oh my. Okay. There is a divorce vibe coming through, like it was a big, rough, messy breakup or divorce where like it wasn't just hard because we were breaking up. It was like I had to fight that mofo. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Luck. Nice. Like this is what you're moving away from. This is feeling more like your overall energy. I feel like some of you are like, I'm making my own luck. Okay. Others, it's a reassurance that luck is coming your way. that luck is on your side when it comes to this battle, because for some of you I feel the battle is over, for some of you I feel the battle is not. Okay, energies that are coming through: romance, divorce, breakup, okay, legal stuff. This could be with an employer or some other person from your past, a person who was a friend but also a business partner situation. You might want to look into if there was specific betrayal associated with this battle. Then you might want to check out group 1, because there was a lot of betrayal energy there. Influence. And there was addiction energy there, as I feel there is addiction energy here. So some of you might be trying to overcome an addiction. Some of you might be currently under the influence of something right now, and it's just a little thing to be like, hey, are you a little toasted right now? Well, you're in the right group, because that was your sign. Okay. Waterproof. Excellent. And protection, what you're headed towards. You're headed towards a thicker skin. Some of you are already like halfway there, right? You're making your own luck. You're moving your own way forward. You're like having a drink, having a smoke to like calm yourself down, right? Or to celebrate your new independence or this battle ending, okay? Some of you had good luck with this battle and you are now feeling pretty waterproof against them. Nice. The overall energy that I'm feeling for fall is this very like, I am capable. I am like a warrior. I am 100% moving forward in the right direction, as is in accordance with my energy, with my life. Like strong selfish energy, but like it needed to be selfish. Like you needed that in your life because you've done so much and been through so much that this is, you know, something that you've earned. And even, and I hear some of you like, I don't care if I earned it or not, I'm taking it because I'm not going back to where I was before. So with group 1, there was a little bit of a difference in that some of them were still having difficulty letting go. I don't feel like this is the case for you. Okay. So if you're like, oh no, I get the betrayal part, I get the battle part, I get all that influence, addiction, whatever, even the luck would be nice, but I'm not ready to let go of that person yet. There might still be messages in here for you, but group 1 might have a lot of messages for that if you're resonating with that. I'm also feeling like more about personal addiction in this group than I did with group 1. Group 1, I feel like maybe their person was addicted. There was some addiction in there, and maybe some of y'all already gravitated over to that, but I feel like this is more personal for you, that you might have some kind of a thing that you're quitting, and that maybe you indulged a cigarette, or you indulged a spliff, or you indulged a alcoholic beverage of some kind to celebrate, to just give yourself that little bit of extra. Okay. And some of you are just trying to get out from under that type of addiction, and it's been a battle. You've had luck. You're getting more waterproof against it. That's also coming through for some of you. And that's your like overall energy for fall. So if you've been struggling with sobriety, things should start feeling a little bit less struggly as you move through the fall season. Okay. That's what you're leaving behind and you're moving forward. Like for those of you in breakup, we kind of already talked about all that. You might be feeling more waterproof against that person. You might celebrate the end of that person or winning some sort of battle with that person. Doesn't have to be romance, could be platonic or professional. Yes. Some of you live somewhere where it kind of looks like this outside, a city where there's like lights hanging around one of the buildings by your building. And the horizon might look like those buildings in the background. It could be smoky where you are. Hazy. Remember I was talking about what a clear, beautiful day it is? All these are quite hazy. This also looks like, and I mean, this is Urban Crow, so odor, but you know, you get the idea. It might be hazy where you are, even if you live in the country. Just like I said, it was hazy here for an entire year until today, and I doubt that will last based on what I've been seeing. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you know you're in the right groups. Let's look into who are you becoming? What are you turning into? This is just for you. Don't worry about your people. A loyal guardian. A magical protector is there for you. 33. Some of you are becoming this guardian. Some of you are like, I don't care about what's going on with my romance. I'm here for my kids. I just heard that, right? Some of you got a dog and you're just like helping yourself heal by having this like dog in your life, right? And this like loving animal has like healed you already in so many wonderful ways. That's coming through for some of you. Some of you have that coming towards you. Your guides might be telling you that a magical guardian is coming for you, or that you're going to become a magical guardian for somebody else. So I'm feeling that for everyone. Collectively speaking, that's what's coming through. Number 33, that's about balance. I can't remember what else 33 is about. You might want to look up the number 33 because I don't do numerology specifically. Some of you might be getting a new hairdo that's a little edgier than what you're used to. Some of you might be kind of changing up your look, glowing up a little bit as you move forward. Lots of identity shifts. I feel like a big confidence boost, but also this like gritty acceptance of like life on life's terms and moving forward that way. Aw, the delicate fairy and her ferrets. Change is natural good, and yes, it can hurt. So yeah, you guys have been through it, but it's okay to feel delicate. It's okay to feel hurt. Okay, do some timed crying in the shower if that's what you need to do to get your feelings out and get that healing process started. But animal energy is definitely ferrets. That's about being quick, being skillful, being kind, being delicate, right? So accepting your strengths and your weaknesses, okay? Having a guardian in your life. Notice how a ferret is very different from a big, what do you call that? Is that a Rottweiler? Yes, thank you. Some of you might have a Rottweiler. Let me know if you have a dog in the comments. Let me know if you get a dog after this reading. But somebody, if, you know, and this could be just a spirit protector, but it's feeling very, you know, yeah, the change. You're ready for that change. I don't see you pining for the past. I see you being like, battle's over or battle will be won and done, and then I'm moving on. Like very tough, hard-nosed warrior energy. And if you want to smoke a cigarette or have a drink ski or, you know, a spliff ski to celebrate that, you know, that's your right. Just be careful if you've got like an addiction problem. I don't feel like those of you who are addicts yourselves are in a bad place right now with your addiction. I feel like you are just aware of it, aware of the influence on you. You're becoming more waterproof against it. Okay. Let's see what you are headed towards. What is headed towards you? Thank you. That was quick. Falling leaves, number 14. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. Yes. And I feel like you know this. This is what you're headed towards even more. Just really, the FedEx guy is out there. He probably thinks I look like a crazy person. Or he's like, oh, tarot. I need to do a reading today. I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't assume that he wouldn't be down, you know? Even though where I live is not as tarot friendly as some other states. But yeah, embracing that change. There's that moth, the raven, embracing change, embracing letting go of what is past, and embracing what you are becoming. You are headed towards letting go of things that weigh heavily on you so much easier than you did before. You're like entering expert level, I'm hearing, as far as being able to let go and just not be bothered by stuff that used to bother you more. Ew, I love that for you. Haunted house 22. The things that haunt you are the things you have yet to let go of. Exactly. God, that goes so well with this other card. I feel like I don't even need to explain anything with that. Some of you might be waiting for a FedEx package, and this is confirmation that they should be there soon. Clearing out cobwebs, leaving the cobwebs that are decorative and beautiful because they're not taking anything away from you. I'm feeling that metaphor coming through for you. Being crafty like a fox, some fox spirit way up there. Some stag spirit with the antler here. Did I just mess up our angle? Probably. I'm really good at that. Yes. Yep, I messed it up. That's for sure. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, just being like accepting your own beauty, accepting and like finding your luck. The luck opens up for you because of this attitude and this energy that you're rocking, this acceptance, unflinching acceptance of yourself. Yes. I like it. Yes. Other things I want to say about that. 2214. Today's the 22nd when I'm filming this. I'm actually filming this right on the, first day of autumn, September 22nd. I love seasons. I felt that beautiful shift. There's such a beautiful shift from me from summer to fall. And, part of it is just because I just don't care for summer. But the other part of it is that, we get so many awful, like, air quality situations during the summer that it just, we get them all year now for some reason. But, having that plus forest fire smoke sucks. And so when fall starts to kick in, we do get those few more warm days and it's like not so hot. It's not like hundreds of degrees outside because I live in a dry climate and it gets really, really hot. The temperature gets kind of high. Nobody has air conditioning because we have like 9-month winters, that kind of thing. This is a guide or ancestor message for you. Let's check it out. High Priestess number, no numbers on these, sorry. Harness mystic power. Ooh. So you've already harnessed this power over your own life. Your guides are now saying to like look into what you can do metaphysically maybe. What else can you change? What else do you want? The sky is the limit when you have power like this because you're learning all these new things about yourself, doing things that you never thought you could do, doing things, moving forward from things that you thought would kill you to move forward without. Some of you thought you could never see yourself doing something different or being without someone or standing up for yourself or where you would be once this battle that you've been through was over, this court date or this whatever, right? A battle with illness, a battle with addiction, a battle with whatever, a battle with just your own self inside, just moving forward and trusting your intuition and figuring out what else can I do because I've already done so much. And your guides are saying you can do more. And they're not saying you have to do more. They're saying there's more you can get. There's more you can accomplish than you even dream still, even though you've impressed yourself this far. And you should be impressed. I'm impressed. Okay, let's get your tarot. This can be any advice. It can be things coming towards you. I might ask some questions just to get it more, to clarify something else that comes out. We have 9 of Pentacles, success, baby, standing on your own, look, being the lone wolf. But you still have companionship in your life coming towards you. Change, the sun, new beginnings. Being secure, coming into your power, accepting yourself for who you really are, etc. and so forth. It's beautiful. Oh, I have a loose little hair tickling my arm. There we go. Burden is near an end. If you guys aren't done with that battle yet, it's coming. The end to what your hardships are recently is coming to an end with this autumn season. And you're going to start moving forward into this new, beautiful, bright energy that we see for you. 3 of Pentacles. Getting along with people at work, finding like-minded companions, like new friends coming in, people who are more aligned to what you want, okay? I don't see you hopping into a new romantic situation just yet. Group 1 felt like they wanted to. I don't feel like you guys do. Not all of Group 1. Whoa, my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to take this one. The rest can stay. Okay. We have Queen of Cups being emotionally fulfilled. Some of you might be a water sign. That was also something with group 1. But I also have a lot of earth energy and some fire energy as well. Not a lot of air energy, but that doesn't matter necessarily. There's that same skyline, that cityscape. Not all the cards have it. Some of you, this is a very powerful symbol for you. You might want to do a reverse lookup if you don't already know what it is. I also feel like the numbers XX or the letters XX or that number 20 is very important to you. This cross, some of you might be in health or be going through a health battle like we said earlier. Judgment, getting a second chance and answering your higher calling. And just calling forth your own judgment, really not looking to others for that. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. What do they have to look forward to, Spirit? This is so funny. Group 1 got this too. So what are you looking forward to? Well, obviously I'm going to be like, look forward to being bored or missing out on something. That's not what this card is about for you, because it's what you're looking forward to. Notice also how it's not looking away from that cup in this case. This feels like picking up the pieces, man, and seeing what you have right in front of you and genuinely feeling emotional fulfillment from that and being able to move forward, knowing that you're not going to miss out, knowing that you're exactly where you need to be. You don't have to second guess yourself. You're not going to not see what you need. Your guides are saying that they're here for you. Queen of Wands. Yep, that's a very independent card as well. We've got the sunflowers. We've got the sun. You've got your little crown there. It's all about stepping into your power. There's that fire energy, feeling inspired, magical as well with that high priestess energy, tapping into your metaphysical powers. Some of you might be a Leo. Eight of Wands, fast move. There's those sunflowers again. Fast moving change of a positive nature. You're soaring after this. You are just getting through. You are just like being reborn, group 2. I love it. 6 of Pentacles. Finances evening out. Finding balance with those who you've been at odds with. Something coming in when you need it, or you being able to help somebody when they need it. What else have we got? 5 of Cups, letting go of what spilled and focusing on what you have left is another message coming through. Change, rebirth, the death of the old self, the beginning of the new self. Beautiful. The clouds parting. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, new abundance, new fortunes. Just new, wonderful, new stuff. The Fool. Don't be afraid to go forward. Take a leap of faith. You have protection at this time. There's the High Priestess again. Well, doesn't that just round it right off for us? All right, group 2. This has been your reading. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to get a hold of me in the description box. I hope this reading made you feel as good as it made me feel, because woof, man, you're rocking it. Okay, let me know how in the comment section, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. So if you picked the Crazy Lace Agate Heart or the Pulp Tarot, I think that's what it's called, the for Pulp Fiction Tarot, not to plagiarize the movie. Pulp Fiction used to just be little crime noir books that were sold in little pulpy paperbacks. I probably wouldn't be able to actually read one because depending on how pulpy they are, they can make me very sneezy. So anyway, this is like my all-time favorite decks, and it was a gift, which makes it even more meaningful for me because I love just because presents that come out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. Okay, so before we get into this, I'm super excited. We're going to get into your oracle cards first. So we're going to set these aside. Oh, there was a voice that came in just then. I'm sorry I missed you. One more try. Nope, it's gone. I'm sorry. All right, let me get your oracle cards cracking here. This is going to be an energy check-in. Make sure you're in the right pile. It's also going to be talking about basically where you are right here at the start of autumn, what your overall autumn energy or lesson is at this time, or message, if you will, from the universe. And then we're going to get into who you're becoming. Who or what you're becoming. What is coming towards you? What are you going towards? And advice from a spirit guide or two, whatever pops out. So far, it's only been one for the other piles, but we'll take more if more pops out. Okay. So this will just be your overall energy, what your overall lesson or energy for the fall is, indicators that you are in the right group. Man, what a neat little thing along the... You are neat people. If you're not neat people, you might be kind of like me when you like to color coordinate things. And I know my color coordinations are a little strange, but it's because I do this thing called color theory, where I really think outside the box when it comes with combining colors. It's very nature inspired and seasonal inspired, and culturally as well. So anyway, that being said, some of you might really matchy up your clothes, or like you might be really into fashion, or you might be into decorating, but you're really good at it, and you're like really meticulous about things. Like you might be perfectionists, just like bam, bam, right in a row. Your guides were pumping these out. So wanted to give you that first message. Okay. We have betrayal. Some of you might very well have, I feel like some of you have messages in every one of these piles so far. So check out the other piles if betrayal is very resonant to you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. They're like, it's different in this respect. Okay, group 1 had a lot of betrayal. But in group 1, there wasn't any of this. Some of you are moving forward because you betrayed somebody else. That's never easy to face up to yourself when you do something that like the bad guys do in movies, right? Or something that somebody did to you once and it hurt so bad and you think, I'll never do anything like that to somebody. And then, S happens, and here we are, kind of feeling. That's a tough one. Some of you feel like you betrayed yourself. Some of you, betrayed somebody else. Like I feel like there might be some infidelity here. Or some cheating or some kind of infidelity feeling. Some of you, I feel, hang on, you might hear my TV for just a second. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay. Some of you, the consequences were very, very severe, life-changing consequences. Others, like, it might not have been that catastrophic, but it's something you're going to carry for the rest of your life, because I feel like this might be like a first for you that you've actually ever had something this conflicting that you've done come up in your life. And hey, not one of us makes it through this life, I think, without betraying somebody at some point, so like, just understand that there's no judgment here. Don't even judge yourself at this point, and I feel like some of you might be trying to work towards that, or at least, or maybe have worked through it, and now you're like, what's next, I do feel this, like, you've passed the point of denial. Like, you've accepted that you did what you did. Like, you're not in denial about the fact that it was a betrayal. Like, some people might, gaslight or, push the blame off, or want somebody to share the blame with them, that kind of thing. I don't feel that going on with this group. I feel like you're like, yep, I did it. What happened, and it was my actions that caused it, and that betrayed XYZ. So that could have been a romantic partner. a very close friend, family, especially siblings, I'm feeling. Because this card is about like betraying one of your own. Like crows will leave little bits of food that they scavenge into roads, hoping that somebody will get hit so that they can eat them, right? But like generally, cannibalism is not something that most animals want to practice in nature. And so the fact that it did it to a crow and it's still sitting up there like, yeah, F you, man, makes you feel like this was personal. This wasn't just about like getting a meal. This was personal. This wasn't just like a clever person like setting a trap like a trapper or a hunter might, right? You did this to kind of, get, I feel some revenge vibes. I feel like you set somebody up to have them fall a little bit. Some of you, not all of you. Some of you were just kind of following your own inner desires. And that led to that person feeling betrayed. But some of you, I feel revenge, like you were getting back at somebody. Maybe they betrayed you in the past or slighted you in some way and you saw your chance and you took it, or what they did was just so egregious that you were like, I will stop at nothing. And you saw your chance and you took it, that kind of feeling. So I'm not feeling a heavy sense of guilt. Some people I am, but it's not like a wallowing, I can't ever get through this kind of guilt. It's like I still have to live with myself. So I did it. Moving forward, I'm not seeing a lot of wallowing, which honestly, end of the day, that's healthier for you. I'm not like excusing what anybody did or whatever, but like when it comes down to it, like the most suffering that we do, a lot of it is mostly just in our minds. And so it's like, if guilt is bothering you, well, that's something that only you can get rid of usually. Illusion. So you're leaving behind illusions as well. I'm trying to see if there's a sense of if somebody's guide is saying, nope, some of them aren't. But since I had such a strong message with that one, we're going to take that as confirmation that this is also something that you're leaving behind, is illusion. You're not, who you are kind of situation. Like, I know in this, it's got an illusion of another bird being there, but you know who you are. That's why you're by yourself. Some of you, some of you know that that's why something's broken, can't be fixed. Because I believe the mirror is cracked, it looks like to me. I could be wrong. There's a key here, which a lot of times shows up in tarot for like lessons. The Hierophant card is a teacher card. Okay. Distraction. Some of you are trying to distract yourself a little bit, but most of you are moving away from distraction as well. So, I mean, this is the first group where I've got that it's like, this is their energy. They are moving forward. Like, they are leaving this behind. And probably because it's so uncomfortable. Maybe some of you have done something a lot that you felt this way a lot in the past. Others, I feel like this is like a first time for you. And you're like, well, it was bound to happen eventually because it never has before. And like Miriam just said, we all do it eventually at some point, right? And survival. Yeah, just trying to survive. Just moving day to day. Seeing what comes down the road. Like, I don't see you trying to seek approval or forgiveness from anyone. I feel like you are like they're where they're at, and that's okay. Interesting. So the overall energy for the fall for you, group 3, would be that you are kind of in a pretty zen-like acceptance phase, with the exception of a few who are just trying to distract yourselves for that survival piece. But I don't feel like it's that unhealthy. Like, I honestly feel like you're just like kind of watching like comfort films, like nostalgic films or whatever. That's something that I do when I want to feel comfort. And usually it's like a really like messed up, like I need some comforting nostalgia. Let me watch like some of the worst events that ever happened in the earlier turn of the century years. that happened right around this time of year. That's a good idea, Miriam. Do that. Yeah, I do that sort of thing. But I mean, like, I don't think it hinders my progress, really. It's just like it's like a flavor of tea you like. Who cares? And I feel like you're not beating yourself up for that either. So again, moving forward, I don't even think you're like, I'm not even spending time worrying about if I'm forgiving myself. I did what I did and I'm moving forward. I am who I am. I'm a person who did that. I don't think that you're making it be this whole entire encompassing thing of it defines your entire life. It may have changed your entire life for a lot of you, but it's, yeah. Okay. Is there anybody here, Spirit, that is not the betrayer? They said that's enough for this group. It's a heavy enough topic. I agree. Okay. And I like one topic ones because we either can go in depth or it goes a little bit faster, one of the two. I'm not trying to remember 18 storylines and 18 different personalities. I appreciate that, Spirit. Thank you. The more of those we can get, the better I would feel. Okay, let's look and see what you are becoming. Oh, thank you. Oh, we got 3. Oh, that sounds like Christopher Walken. Oh. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? His name's Christopher Walken, and he talks funny. He has an interesting voice. I try to do impressions even though I'm a girl. Okay. What are you becoming? Ooh, the mermaid of immersion. Ooh, complete commitment, number 44. Yeah, like striving to find balance. Look at that set look on her face. Like she's not BSing anybody, including herself. She's not people pleasing. She's not even people pleasing herself. Very strong vibes coming through. Just immersing yourself in your tasks at hand, of moving forward, of complete commitment to just, I feel like this commitment to, I screwed up, I'm that guy, I'm that person, but that doesn't have to define me, and I can define myself in all kinds of ways, and let's just start now, right? Okay. A beautiful little worm. Take care of yourself, number 17. I feel like you're already doing that. I feel like you are not pampering or coddling yourself, but I feel like you're taking care of yourself. And if you're not yet, your guides are showing you that you will, that that's coming towards you, that you'll become that. Okay. Also, how could you be mad at that cute little thing? Like, I'm not seeing hateable energy here. And I think you know that. Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence. Animals love you, and your guides want you to remember that. You are kind of, a lot of you have, you've betrayed someone, and sometimes that can sort of isolate you from others, like mutual friends, family even. People can choose sides. You can go inward to kind of reflect. Your guide wants you to remind yourself that if you do get to a point where you start kind of beating yourself up, that animals like you. Therefore, you cannot be an entirely bad person, right? Because animals are supposed to be able to sense if a person's bad, right? So look at all of them. She's got the wildest little critters that are scared of everybody coming close and hovering around her, like squirrels and rabbits and raccoons and deer. Those are all very skittish little animals. They're very cautious. And so the fact that they're snugging up to her is a very, very beautiful image of the fact that you're not a bad person. Your guides want you to know that they don't feel that way. I know that you guys are moving about face going forward, but at the same time, it's important to keep things in perspective. I can forgive myself one day and then absolutely wake up the next day and be like, I was wrong. I'm a pile of and just cry and cry and cry. And all I did was interrupt somebody, I would laugh so hard if like your betrayal was like something that, something that mild, but it bothers you that much. It's still that relevant to you. Because I would be very, very I would relate to that. There we go. Some of you might have a dog. You have loyalty energy. Same thing with the dog there with the fox. They're canine. Change, wish fulfillment. The fish. It's those fish from Finding Nemo. Is that like oh my gosh, a clownfish. Ah, I remembered what that one was called. No clue what the Ellen DeGeneres one is called. Was it Ellen DeGeneres? Did I get that totally wrong? I would be so embarrassed. Oh, thank God it was her. Did that like taint that cartoon for you when all that press came out about her being like a meanie? Ellen DeGeneres? Let me know in the comments. I never saw Finding Nemo. I'm sorry. It came out during that time where I was still pretty young, but I was like an adult, and I had been a nanny for 2 years, so I was like, I am not watching anything that's for kids for like 5 years, and I really didn't. I think Shrek was the first kids movie that I saw in a long time, but I really didn't watch a bunch after that either. I think after that, way after that, I did like Frozen, which would have been way after. There was another one in between there, but I don't know which one it was, y'all. I like too much. I'm too demented for cartoons, I guess. I need really nitty gritty stuff. That's a sign of trauma. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. Make you guys laugh at me. It's not hard to do. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you guys are... Yeah, we were talking about the spirit animal energy. You got all that spirit animal energy. I would actually write these down. Like, is that a Frenchie or is that one of those other dogs that looks like a Frenchie, but they're always black and white? I used to know what they were called and I don't remember anymore. Boston Terrier. Look at me go. Okay. Let me know if you have a dog in the comments. Let me know if you have fish. Let me know if you liked Finding Nemo. Let me know if Ellen DeGeneres ruined Finding Nemo for you. Let me know if you still like Ellen DeGeneres. Was she framed? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of that stuff. That's the stuff I don't watch. Like talk shows and cartoons. Oof. Way too Saturday morning for me, my friends. I gotta have nitty gritty. Even like the stuff I watched on Saturday morning as a kid was that really harsh, like Looney Tunes, you know, where it was all like awful and, you know, racist. It was terrible. They killed each other. Ooh, can I say that? They unalived each other on Bugs Bunny all the time, and it was vaguely racist and sometimes outwardly racist. That was what they raised me on, so that's why we watch nothing but like violent stuff on TV now. All right, but enough about me. Let's find out what you are headed towards and what is headed towards you. What you're headed towards. Pumpkin spice and apple cider. Well, doesn't that sound nice? Nothing is more nostalgic than the joy of belonging in your presence. We were just talking about nostalgia. This whole time we've been talking about it. I was also telling group one that this card reminds me of the book Christine, which starts around this time of year. That's when the story starts. The setting, if you will. Oh my gosh. So some of you might be horror fans since I went off on that little tangent. Some of you are just loving it. Look, there's a fox again in different decks. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Spirit. Sparts. Falling leaves. What's headed towards you? Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. Yeah, forgiving yourself. Just being comfortable in your own skin. That's coming towards you. It's a nice autumn energy. And you're coming into who you were meant to be after this thing happened to you. You know, we have these moments in our lives that shape us for the better. They're not always positive, right? But they can teach us so much. And so I feel like you are embracing that. You're going to continue to embrace it. And part of what you're doing to comfort you as you move forward is kind of looking back to a simpler time, a quieter time. That movie, Legends of the Fall, just popped into my mind. By fall, they did mean autumn in that title, not like a different fall. Well, or is it? Have you seen that movie? One of the darkest films I've ever seen. Of course, because I like it. But it's a beautiful film to snug up with a blanket and drink cocoa and watch, and then really make sure you have a good comedy to watch afterwards. Like something ridiculous. Like, or Finding Nemo, something wholesome. So you are headed towards this wonderful energy. This energy is headed towards you. You are going to be okay. It's okay to have that little distraction for your survival. Message from your guide. A special message. Shield Maiden, yep. Make plans and focus. Yeah, just move on forward. You're tough. You're even tougher now, right? I feel like a lot of being strong can sometimes involve that humility of making mistakes and owning up to them. Like, I feel like you're not shirking your responsibility there. Like, you're being an honest cat about all this. And I admire that about you, Group 3s. I hope I've been calling you Group 3 this whole time. Knowing me, probably not. You can always tease me in the comments. Be like, you said like Group 2, 3, 1, and 4 all in one reading, Miriam. And I'll just laugh. I mean, there's nothing else I can do about it. I don't edit these or we'd never get anything done. And it's, you know, the beauty of it is if people don't like it, they can just bounce. Nothing's holding anybody here. We can just do whatever we want. I love it. Let's get some tarot for you. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is very much about crying over spilled milk when really there's like things left to be grateful for. And I feel like this is a message that, you know, your guides don't want you to dwell on that. And I also feel like it's a message of you. Ooh, there's that sound on the TV. Now I'm going to have to pause it and it's going to get loud again. My bad. Okay. Great movie though. It's called Remember Me. It's perfect to watch at this time of year if you're watching this at the time that I filmed it, which I would hope you would be because it's autumn, you know. But maybe you're watching this in the summer and you're doing like a whole year deal. I splurge like that. I'm like, let's write all this down and see how accurate everybody is. Having fun with friends is coming through. Making new friends. Close friends. People. Look at these dames. Have you ever seen a group of women that could have been described as dames better than these 3 right here? These are dames, man. Yeah, see? I love this deck. You're going to find some really cool people. I'm seeing like this trio of like women and like some of them might be older. So like you might be older. This card just came out for you. It almost slid right onto the floor. But like just one of those like, you know, she smokes or she used to smoke. So she's got that raspy like sound. She looks like the Baroness from The Sound of Music. That chick was so hot. I was like, Georg, what are you thinking when he ended up with Maria? Just saying. Sound of Music. It's a sing-along song movie or what they call a musical, which I usually do not like. Some of you might like musicals and now you're like, you don't like them? I don't usually like them, but I do like The Sound of Music, Fiddler on the Roof, and Rent. Those are the 3 that I love. All right, let's keep going here. Some of you are going to make some new friends. Some of you they're just going to be special. And like, it's so authentic. Like they're going to be just as deeply flawed, if not more flawed. And they're just going to like be so accepting of you and raise your confidence. And just that Shield Maiden vibe of like warrior women, you know, even if you're not women, just that, you know, 3 musketeers, if you will, if you're more masculine aligned. So, and just letting go of spilled cups, picking up those 3 and toasting to your friends and still having one left over. Ah, okay. Temperance. Oh, there's such a gender thing here that we just got into. I feel like some of you might be a little bit androgynous or all the way. Maybe you're fluid. Part man, part woman, all angel. Okay, okay. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. Yeah, and it's almost like I'm not a devil. I'm not an angel. I'm both. You know, I encompass both positive and negative things. Not that one of the genders is more positive or negative than the other, but just that idea of balance, right? Balancing each other out. A positive and a negative, etc. Okay. And look at the wings like taking off. They got the 2 cups there. So you still got your 2 cups. 2 cups. Just that wonderful balance and just feeling of success, of acceptance of yourself. And really not allowing yourself to get beat up either over it. Not beating yourself up and not letting others beat you up as well. Like they're allowed to feel their feelings, but you're not taking like abuse from anybody today. Thank you very much. The Hermit. Number 9. That Beatles song number 9 just came into my mind. It's kind of one of those weird little like psychedelic filler tracks that's not like a song. It's like the background noise that sounds all trippy, basically. You are kind of living your own life. The Hermit's all about accepting yourself as well, not looking for people for validation. Learning more from yourself than from others, taking your perspective first over others. Finding that strength, being able to spend time with yourself, self-acceptance. I think I already said that. Okay, let's keep moving. Man, I need a drink of water. I keep trying to cough all over you guys. I went outside. It's such a beautiful day, and it has not been. There's almost no clouds in the sky. It has been hazy and or smoky or both for like almost a year now, since October of last year. Not one day where it didn't feel like gritty stuff in the air. And today it's like no clouds, just a few little puffy white clouds, a beautiful vibrant blue sky, a little hazy on the mountains behind me because there's still some forest fire action going on back there. But so beautiful. So I had to go out and film it. And then I got some pollen in my throat, which the pollen's like, yay, we can breathe too. You know, so they're all really blooming up and it's all that rabbit brush, which is kind of like sagebrush, only like 1,000,000 times worse, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. These tarot cards are just about what you have coming towards you. It's just really random clarification for other things, some things to look forward to, what what the season's looking like, events you might go into, etc. Okay, so we have 6 of Pentacles, finding balance. Financial stability is part of this card. Getting your finances in order could be part of the message here. If you've been like struggling with debt, if you are, re-upping your insurance, because that's something that sometimes we have to do in the fall as we get towards the end of our like term or the year or whatever, your coverage term, whatever they call it. Some of you might have paid something off, that, or you will very soon during this season. 2 of Cups. Some of you might be finding some partners in business, a really good friend. We had that new friend energy coming in as well with the 3 of Cups, a romance, but a compatible one. One where you mirror each other a lot in emotions and in your matters of the heart. Okay. Getting along very well. 4 of Swords, rest. I feel like you just are not into like explaining yourself to anybody right now, and that is okay. Especially right now. I feel like as you like go forward in this season, you're going to open up more. But right now you guys are saying you've got some recovering to do still. 9 of Swords, some anxiety. But this card is always a reminder that when that anxiety pops up, your guides want you to remember that that is the worst that it's going to get. is just having the anxiety. What you're afraid of happening does not come to pass. So if you feel anxiety over any situations during the course of this autumn, chances are that's all it's going to be, is making you nervous. Maybe tighten up whatever you need to double check and make sure you can feel safe. But I don't see any catastrophes coming towards you. So if something makes you feel nervous, you can let that go. It shouldn't be a problem this season. Seven of Wands, victories. Ooh, I like. Wheel of Fortune, luck. This is a good time for you. Yeah, it's time to go up, not down. Queen of Swords, yeah, self-acceptance, telling the truth, even if it's hard. That's what you've been doing. That's what you're going to continue to do. I believe that she is dressed like Joan of Arc, correct? Even though these are like, 1930s, 40s type cards is what I'm getting. Maybe 20s. I mix those decades up because the styles kind of look similar to me. But Joan of Arc is what I was trying to say. And so, yeah. She was all about standing up, being brave, doing what she needed to do. Sorry, I was making sure all these people weren't naked. Four of Wands, again, finding balance, celebrating. Look at all those people just having a good time. I really feel like some of you are going to like go out and maybe hang out with some people that you don't know very well. Like maybe go to a big Halloween costume party where you're all dressed up. The world, the situation that you just went through is coming to an end. It's time to move forward. Knight of Wands, passion, action, positive, fiery, wonderful energy with that one. Falling in love, if I didn't say that already. Some of you might get a new set of wheels. That other car came up sooner too. That might have been a car you left behind, a car you're going to get. That might just be an extra little bonus for somebody if like you had some vehicle issues going on as well. We've had some vehicle issues on my end. I totally relate. But they're also moving in a more positive direction. So, ooh, and then King of Cups on the bottom of the deck just stood out to me, which is about emotional fulfillment, maturity, right? And also that cleansing nature of water, like baptisms are supposed to wash away your sins. You've got that betrayal energy and you can just like kind of forgive yourself and move on. So with that, I shall move on as well. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there. Also, if you would like to book a private reading, there are ways to do it in the description box. My friends, thanks for being here. It was great. I had a lot of fun. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Hello, group 4. So I have to apologize. Just as I was getting your deck ready for you, your stone fell down my couch cushion, and it's going to take me a while to get that out of there, including maybe waiting until my husband's back in town to fish it out for me. So we'll just let you use this one instead. This is like a very dark green or black stone with some white swirls as opposed to a black stone with red splatters. Okay, so some of you might have lost something recently, very recently. Some of you might need a confirmation that you're in the right group and you just recently dropped something down your own couch or lost something under a couch or whatever. Some of you might have a hidden object or a lost object that you've been looking for is in your couch. So that all being, if you haven't checked there yet, go ahead and check. Let's go ahead and put your little substitute guy there. We're going to set your tarot cards aside and get into your oracle first. We're going to look at, with these cards, what your current energy is, if you're in the right group, what your situations are-ish, overall, and what your overall fall energy is. What you're moving away from is also expressed in this spread from these cards. And then we're going to move on to who you're becoming, what you're moving towards, what's moving towards you, and some advice from a guide or guides, depending on how many cards pop out of here. So far, it's only been one card per other group, but if more comes through for you, we shall honor it. I see them. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, they want me to take this one too, so you get more than 4. I feel like people in group 4, you're different. You don't fit into any one group per se. Maybe not all of you, but some of you, that message is coming through because all your stuff has been turning out a little bit different. Your rock fell down the couch. You got 5 cards instead of 4. So let's see what you're moving away from, what your overall energy is. Just see if you're in the right group. Luck. Okay, I'm going to flip all these over since there's so many before I get into them. But for some of you, I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, but I'm going to do this. Sorry. For some of you, I'll forget later, so I better just say it as it comes out. But there might be more than just this. Some of you have had a lucky life. People think you have a lucky life. Maybe you came from like some kind of money or abundance of some sort, some kind of wealthy, famey, just lucky. Parents were really cool, ideal household, ideal life, but mostly from the outside perspective. But also, it's true because like you haven't had to ever worry about starving, etc. That's for some of you. For others, you're getting a message that luck is coming towards you, and I'm not sure what your other situations are yet. Okay. Adventure, if any. Look at this beautiful card. Oh. Adventure. Definitely feel like this is what you're moving towards as well. So I'm not sure what you're moving away from other than maybe that perception that people have that you're super lucky, or moving away from caring about that. But I'm not even sure about that yet. Moving on. Preparation. Yeah, some of you are getting ready to travel. Oh, some of you are going somewhere where nobody knows you. So they have no idea what your lucky little situation is. Okay. And you're looking forward to that shedding of that old skin, and that's very autumnish energy. So like some of you might be going to college and everybody in your town knows who you are, right? Or at least everybody in your school, or like you had a really tight-knit group of friends and family and you were all up in each other's business a little too much, to the point where you're like, I just want to go somewhere where no one knows me and start anew. And you're preparing for that. You're all geared up for it. That's a message coming through for someone. Forgiveness. Not sure what this one means yet, gonna be honest. I'm hearing forgiving yourself for being fortunate, and forgiving others for just that ignorant, like, if you're going to be like the type of person that judges somebody because they're poor, right? I feel like the same shame should be like kind of delivered on people who judge people that are rich. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's rich and they're being a jerk and they're using their money to throw themselves around, you know, and get what they want, and they wouldn't be able to get it if they weren't rich, and they know it. So they're, you know, but they're also like snarky and mean about it. Like, I get it. You know, it's an easy shot to throw, like that snooty rich person. But just because somebody has like privilege doesn't mean that they should just be like open for ridicule, like they don't deserve it for some reason, or like their life isn't as worth something as somebody else just because they've been lucky. Like, I feel like that's something that, you know, and I know that there's like celebrities out there that get really out of touch with reality and they say some really insulting things, but not all of them do that, you know? In fact, most of them don't, right? And so it's that kind of energy. Like, I'm kind of sticking up for you if you came from some kind of privilege, because we don't choose the lives we're born into. And we also don't choose how people react and respond to that. Just like a person who reacts and responds to somebody negatively if they're poor, I feel like the same goes for people that do it to somebody who is wealthy or well off or lucky in some other way. Trap. Are you headed towards a trap? No, because you're headed towards luck. Okay, you're getting out of a trap. Oh, look, there's a key. So maybe the forgiveness is letting go of what those people say about you, and that kind of frees you up to kind of be comfortable in your authentic self. You know, one of the things that people don't think about when people are well off is that they help people a lot. A lot of them really help a lot of people. And they choose to do that. It's nobody's, like, it's not their responsibility, right? But they choose to. And I choose to look at that more than look at the few that are out of touch or are snooty or they use their money for bad things, right? Interesting little segue. Okay. But it might not be money. You might be lucky in other ways. You might be lucky in love, right? If you are lucky in love, and that's what people are jelly over, that's where your luck is coming from, because I am feeling that. Some of you might be in a really deep, committed relationship. You're like soulmates, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I'm in a relationship like that and have been for 26 years now this month. So, you know, it's okay to feel lucky. It's okay to like love that. Some of you are going to go on an adventure together, and that adventure is going to help release you from a trap of resentment that you might have stored up for each other over some time for some of you, and forgiveness will come between some of you and heal if you're in a romantic relationship. That's a message coming through for some of you for this month. Sorry, lots of messages coming through, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. And just be patient when I'm discussing somebody else, please. Or bouncy. You can always do that too. I'm also seeing like learning lessons, forgiving yourself for having that luck and just enjoying what you have, not trapping yourself because of what other people see. And going on a wonderful adventure. You guys are going to travel this autumn. Something travel's going. There's like a boat right there. It's like one of those big like tugboat looking, not tugboats, but like steamboat looking things. Or cruise ship even. Maybe some of you are going to take a late cruise and do it kind of on the off season, so you save a bunch of money and there's not as many people. And you might go somewhere where the weather's actually cooler or better in the fall. I think Ireland is better in the fall. I think I might have read that somewhere, that it's not as cold in the fall there. Like, don't quote me on that. It was not cold there at a time that's not what we're used to here in the States. Let me put it that way. Okay, what are you headed towards? What are you going to become? That's what these are. What are you becoming? Okay. I was like going to just get these two, and your guide was like, nope, get the other one. Oh, and that one too? Okay. So some of these might be for just some of you because there's so many people here. Others, it might be kind of a theme that connects to itself. I will do my best. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. Alice in a Sea of Tears. Cast away out of your depth, feeling abandoned, number 11. I feel like this is for the people who feel like other people have kind of isolated themselves from you here and there because of your luck. Like maybe, you don't get invited to as many things because with you and your partner, or like you met your partner and so your single friends never invite you out anymore, even though it's totally fine with your partner if you went out with them without them, like that kind of energy. That's something that I feel like some of you are feeling. And that might make you feel, or it might be coming down the pike a little bit as this beautiful romance energy flourishes. You might kind of lose touch with some of your friends. That's a very specific message for somebody. I'm not seeing much else here for anybody else. Little Red Riding Hood. I am not a victim, number 3. Some of you said that to this. Nice. I like that can-do attitude a lot. I feel like some of you are becoming this very self-sufficient person, even if you are falling in love, even if you did have a lot of luck with like your parents, supporting you or whatever. you're just, you know, you're very fortunate in some big way, and you're not going to let people demonize you. You're also not going to play victim. You're just going to enjoy what you have, and that's going to transform you, free you, and you're going to enjoy a lot more time. And the people that are meant to be with you will come towards you, as opposed to feeling abandoned by those people who don't understand. Little brother, little sister, siblings, younger friends, responsibility number 40. Some of you are going to bond with your siblings this fall. Just a very, you might become like a very trusted adult in their lives, some of you. Some of you might be like live-in nannying. I did that for 2 years. A loyal guardian, and you're going to become a loyal guardian to them. A magical protector is there for you. Number 33, that I feel that coming through for these energies. You might be getting some pets. Okay. Notice your animal energy. We have the wolf, the dog, which is like loyalty. Hiding in these cards that I didn't notice before. The crab, the rat. The rat in this case is about survival. And about finding people when we're in our darker depths. Finding people and when you least expect it. The crab is also about resiliency. It could also mean that you're a water sign. We got a lot of water sign energy, but it doesn't have to be. And then dragon, transformation, becoming your true self. That's like literally, what are you becoming? They're like, you're becoming the dragon. Good for you. Transforming to your true self, coming into your power, purification. And then this like, yeah, shifting of roles for some of you, like becoming a guardian or becoming some kind of a mentor for some people. And people coming into your life in meaningful ways that are quite different from how they felt before. Like the people that are replacing anyone you've lost at this stage, that is definitely going to be a unique group of like maybe children, you know. Some of you might get a guardian. We have that dog energy of loyalty and that lone wolf energy as well. Resiliency, finding people when you least expect it. Okay, moving along. What are you moving towards? Queen of the Dead. Fear not the rage of fire. Sorry, I gotta pull this closer to me. Living within, for it is the power of your fierceness waiting to taste you fully. Yeah. Becoming, being who you're meant to be. Kakoa? I hope I'm saying that right. You are loved, you are held, and you are already everything you seek. Yes, I feel like you know that. Owl energy, fox energy, lots of fox energy, cleverness, luck, rebirth, wisdom. They're wearing a little, maybe a little pentacle star. That might be a symbol that you resonate with if I get it to focus. Pause and zoom maybe. And this traveling thing, some of you, I feel like it's like, because it says adventure, that doesn't always feel like work, but I guess a work trip could turn into quite the adventure if you planned it just right, or if you prepared just right. All right, let's get some guide energy and advice. I see you. Oh, you might have two. I feel you do. Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Just keep your ears and eyes open for anything that helps you along. And Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Again, that preparation. And look at that warrior energy of just self-acceptance, you know. A Shield Maiden would never apologize for having something that somebody else doesn't have. Okay? And that doesn't always necessarily mean that it's a bad virtue, you know, to have. It's like, you know, it can be okay. It can be a good thing. Let's look at your tarot. This can be any random stuff that comes out, clarifications, more information about what's coming, and just whatever. Son of baskets. I don't know why I thought that said mother. Oh, because the sun looks like his mother in the mother card. That's why. I don't think I've ever had this card before. The baskets are cups in this deck. So this would be like the page of cups. That's about good friends, having a good time, celebrating, not taking things too seriously. I'm going to put that right over this little teary scene here. Even though that depicts you finding someone when you least expect it, sometime this season. 7 of baskets. Accept the opportunities that have come into you. Embrace them. Okay? And don't worry about what other people think as much as possible, especially when looking to your own welfare. Group 4. Miss Ida, trust your intuition at this time. For those of you who practice magic or esoteric practices of any kind, your powers are going to be nice and strong this season. The grandchildren. That's the star. I had to look it up because these are different named cards and they get me every time. Being recognized, being admired, glowing up, really not needing anybody but yourself, like looking good, healing. There's the mother of baskets. They don't look the same. There must be another mother of something that looks like that if she's the mom of that kid. They look like they're related. Okay, mother of baskets. That's the Queen of Cups. Emotional fulfillment is coming towards you this season. And possibly, you know, really healthy relationships that feel good. 9 of baskets. Wish fulfillment. Ooh, yeah. Love getting that card. The lovers. So some of you might have some passionate love connections coming towards you this autumn. 8 of baskets. Walk away from all the things that don't make you happy or serve your best interests. Group 4. Miss Robinson, 15. 15. Which one is 15 in tarot? Oh, this one's the devil. But in this case, it's Mrs. Robinson, okay? Some of you might have a romance with a much younger person, legally younger, of course. And I feel like in a lot of cases, the older one might be the feminine energy. So however you split that up. It's also about enjoying life's pleasures while we're here on Earth. That's coming through. So you're really going to have some like, I'm just enjoying me. I'm doing my thing. It feels good. 4 of Wands, marriage for some. Some of you are in that really, really good relationship we were talking about earlier. So some of you might just decide to get married this autumn, or you're already planning to, and that's why you did this reading. Celebrating with your lover, celebrating an anniversary. Celebrating with friends, balance. Dim bones, 20. Judgment. Second chances. People from your past might pop in to try to rekindle with you, ensnare you in some cases, like people from your past that need to stay there, people from your past that there's just unfinished business. You can do with them what you wish. 5 of Swords. Take care of yourself first. Go ahead and hang on to that selfish energy during this season. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't, hurt anyone. The Moon. Don't fear the future. This is also about your intuition growing. Those of you who do magic, you might have some very prophetic dreams this season. You might contact some ancestors. The veil is very, it's thinnest during this time of year that I'm filming this. Two of Knives. If you had a conflict with somebody, that is going to stay as it is. That's one little message that came through. If you feel like you can't get the upper hand, just don't do anything. Page of Swords. Somebody is keeping tabs on you from your past for some of you during this time. So that might be somebody that comes in to try to rekindle with you this season. We have the Emperor. You're still coming into that power. You're just going to grow and grow. Fast, positive change and actions. Again, a balancing of finances. I believe we got that earlier, but maybe I'm mixing you up already. Two of Cups for that couple. That's another wedding card. And a Queen of Swords. Hold to your truth. And with that, I shall stop. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. Thank you, my friends. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.